We are not your friends. We are not your allies. We do not trade with you. We do not work for you. Instead, we will take what we want by force. You will not call us groundlings. You will fear us as we butcher your peasants and citizens, raid your caravans, ambush your patrols, and leave none alive. We do not recognize the authority of the houses. We are our own lords. We are the peasant bastards. Join us or die. What's up, brothers? This is OuweSok, and in this Battle Brothers video I want to be talking to you about the Do Not Enter Settlements challenge. So, what is this challenge? Well, it's very easy. You have to complete beat all legendary locations without entering any settlement, not even once. So by the end of the game, all of the settlements will be saying this: you've never been to this place. So what that mean? Well, it means you cannot buy things, you cannot sell things, you cannot hire new brothers, you cannot perform contracts, you cannot heal your brothers at the temple, you cannot go to the texture mist and craft items. All of these things are not possible in this challenge. So the first thing that comes to mind, of course, is this fun? Is it possible? And my answer to this is yes, it's possible. It has been done already, not by me, because I play too sloppy and I always manage to screw up my campaigns at some point. And is it fun? It is fun, because Battle Brothers is fun and busting camps is fun, and busting camps is going to be the bread and butter of your campaign. So yeah, it's fun. It also kind of depends on additional rules that you put. So I don't put any kind of additional rules. There are some people that, for example, don't like third-party fights. I have no problem with third-party fights. I enjoy third-party fights and try to weaken two sides so that I can kill them both. If you do not allow third-party fights, then your starting game will be a lot more of a slog, a lot more of a grind for resources and for money. Being able to third-party beat bust camps will significantly increase your early game development. For me, life is too short to do boring challenges, so I've chosen to make it easier. Also, the seed I have selected. I'm playing this seed. You can play random seed if you want, but I have selected the seed, and the main criteria for selecting a seed is the quality of your brothers. So let's have a look at this particular seed, at these particular brothers. So this guy is going to be my banner. He's not very good, but it's the best banner that there is in this sorry bunch. By the way, this challenge to play this in Peasant Militia is going to be the easiest, because you will have a roster of 12 men, and no other origin gives you that many brothers. So this is going to be my banner. He's going to be put in the back line. This is going to be some pretty bad melee brother. This is going to be a hybrid. Not very good, but he's going to be a hybrid, so he's going to be in the back. This is going to be a defensive frontliner with terrible attack but reasonable defense, so this is going to be like a tankish kind of guy. This is going to be my main tank. 10 double star, pretty good. This guy is going to be a pretty good frontliner. This guy also has some stars, can be a frontliner. Actually, I use this guy a lot to put him in the front so that I can see a little bit more of the terrain. That's a good trait to have. This guy is pretty good, but has pretty bad defense. But because he has 110 initiative, you can give him dodge to kind of fix his defense. This is another melee brother. This is a quite amazing hybrid, so he's going to be in the back. This guy is going to be your MVP. He's going to be like 86, 37. So this brother is actually also very important because this will be the brother that beats a madman in the icy cave. You will need one brother that can beat the madman, or your campaign is going to fail. If you don't have any good melee brothers, then you can also beat the madman with a specific thrower build using crippling strikes and executioner. But yeah, it will be easier to have a good brother, a good melee brother like this, so you don't have to build a thrower with these kind of suboptimal perks. And finally, this guy will be a thrower with 46 double star ranged attack. So this will be my roster. I will have an 8-4 formation. I think you don't want to have a 7-5 formation at all when you build your roster, because sometimes you will have brothers that are hurt, and then you won't have to put them in the back line, and you don't want to have a 6-6 formation. So I think the ideal formation that you have is 8-4 and have a spare room in your back line for an injured brother. Okay, so that's about the seed, about your brothers. So let's talk about the impact of the various restrictions that you have in this challenge. So the most important impact that eclipses all other impacts is the inability to recruit brothers. That means that this shitty bunch of peasants is actually going to be vital for your success. You cannot allow any of these brothers to die, especially not in the early game. If you lose one brother in the first 20 days, you probably just have to restart because it will severely cripple your campaign. Being unable to buy recruits doesn't mean you cannot get new bros. There are some events that gives you bros, and I think if you are serious about this challenge, then you should know these events and try and optimize their triggering. So I've made a little list. So I have to first get out of, for some reason, if I have Battle Brothers open, it will always take the focus of my recording. So in the spreadsheet, I have listed all the events that can happen in Peasant Militia that can give you a new bro. So if you are on a desert road, you can get the Pirates event that will give you Fisherman. The probability or the likelihood score is 5 and the cooldown is 80. If you are in a Noble War Crisis on a road, you can get a Deserter, which has a score of 10 and a cooldown of 50. If you are within 3 tiles of an allied civilian northern size 2 or size 3 settlement, you can gain an Apprentice. This has a pretty good score of 15 and it only happens once per campaign. The Horseman, you can find him on the road in the north during the day, and you will get a Vagabond. The score is pretty low, though it's only 5. The Holy Crusader you can get during the Holy War Crisis, and you have to be in the desert, far away from the nearest settlement. Being in the desert actually kills a lot of other events, so it's not really unlikely for this event to happen. The score, its own score is going to be 10. The Barb Volunteer you can get in the north on the road. It gives you a Barbarian. That will be really good because that's a very good background. Has only a score of 5, but you can get multiples if you get lucky. This is one of the best brothers you can get. The Belly Dancer. You have to be close to a southern city and have enough money to be able to buy him. He has a score of 15, so that's pretty good. So one of the consequences of this this event is that you probably want to keep one southern city as friendly, or at least not hostile. And for the same reason, maybe also you will have some civilian settlements of size 2 or 3 that you keep happy with you, so that you can have a better chance to trigger this event with this 15. So it's pretty good. But the belly dancer will give you a really good bro. So if you are close to a southern city and it is almost time for a new event, then maybe you just camp very close to it on the road and hope for this to trigger. In the daytime, in the forest, you can find potentially a deserter. Then there's the King's Guard cripple. That's of course probably the most amazing brother you can get, but it's only 5. The score is only 5, and you have to be on the road in the snow, which is probably barren terrain where you don't want to spend too much time. But if you're in the north and it is about time for an event to trigger, then maybe hope you get lucky and get this cripple. The laborer event has a score of 7. You will find some laborers that are trying to hide, and you can get them on the road. And it has a cooldown of 60, so you can repeat this. The Lindworm Slayer is theoretically possible in Peasant Militia. In practice, it's not possible because you have to get 2000 reputation. And since you are butchering peasants, your reputation will be will be negative. The absolute best event, the most likely event to get a brother, is the thief that tries to steal fruit from you. That has a whopping score of 50 and it has a cooldown of only 30. So this is a very important event that can give you a vagabond. So it's not a really good background, but it's still a brother, and the more brothers, the better. If this event triggers, you have to dodge 2 flips of 75%. So you are 56% likely to get this brother actually. So the score of 50 is probably more like 28, but it's still by far the most likely event to give you brother. So watch out for this, and make sure that even if you have few ammo, few tools, and food and medical supplies, try to keep above this threshold. Otherwise, this event cannot trigger. So tools will be sparse. I don't care. If you have 10 tools, stop repairing. A cannon thief, you can get a thief on the desert road, which has 5 score and does not have a cooldown. And a melon thief, which you can get in a northern size 1 settlement, which will give you a thief. Thief is also potentially a good background. So as you see, you should probably try and have a non-hostile southern city to be able to get the belly dancer, a non-hostile size 2 or size 3 settlement to get to be able to get the apprentice, and a size 1 northern settlement to be able to get the melon thief. So in the road where you patrol a lot and go from north to south, busting caravans, you probably want to have some of these settlements where you pass often to be non-hostile and leave their peasants and leave their caravans alive, so that you have a better chance to bring a new bro. So that's about the events that can give you bros. Events trigger, I think, approximately 3 to 5 days. I think sometimes if it's a little bit less than 3. So yeah, watch out when you're about to have a new event. Try if you can get into an area where you have more probabilities to get a new brother, and hope to get lucky. That's all there is to it. Let's go back to the game. So let's have a look at all the different impacts of the restrictions. So not being able to sell your stuff means that you are going to go to the options and set auto loot to off, because you want to be able to drop your stuff and not take anything with you that has no value, like treasures and trade goods. They have no value at all, so you're not carrying them around. Not being able to craft means that the vanilla armor attachments that you can get from camps are going to be quite valuable. So that's the plus 10, plus 20, plus 30, and plus 40 to armor durability. They are quite useful. Not being able to buy means no tools, no ammo, no medical supplies, no bandages, and yeah, that will have a pretty big impact on your economy. Especially no tools. You will have to micromanage this game and be very, very careful with how you spend your tools. You will basically never repair weapons or shields. You will only repair armor and helmets. So in the early game, I strongly recommend that after each battle you unequip all your weapons, all the weapons that are less than 100% durability, so they are not repaired, and only repair the valuable armor and helmets. Unequipping all your weapons is of course a little dangerous because you might get ambushed and then you will be caught with your pants down, but that's what it is. As you progress through the game, you will find more weapons and you will have spare sets, and then maybe at some point you can have a complete 100% set of weapons and shields that you carry when you are traveling. And when you enter a fight, you equip other weapons and shields that are less than 100% durability, so that you spend you don't spend your 100% durability gear and only spend stuff that has already been spent. And when durability goes to very low, to let's say into the red numbers, and it's at the point of breaking, then you just get rid of it. And this, if you micromanage like this, you can save a lot of tools. And being careful with this makes the difference of having like 50 tools a day, 50, or having 0. So tools is going to be very important, the tools management. Medical supplies is not going to be an issue at all. You will find these in caravans a lot, so you will be maxed out in this, so there's no issue. Bandages, on the other hand, you will be restricted to your opening 1 bandage, so you will only use this to save the life of a brother, not to cure an injury. That's not worth it. So you have to use it only once, and then you're out of bandages for the rest of the game. Ammo, you will have a limited amount of ammo, so that means that you cannot probably support continuously 2 or more throwers, because every time you throw, every throwing weapon costs 3 ammo, and bows and bolts, arrows and bolts cost only 1. So your backliners, your ranged units should probably try to use bows and crossbows as much as possible, and only bring throwing weapons in the tricky fights. So by doing that, you can restrict the use of your ammo and keep above the 50 ammo that you want to be able to get that thief event. I think that's it. So yeah, be very careful with your tools, very careful with your ammo, don't use too many throwing weapons, and yeah, I think that's it. Next topic is your retinue. So your retinue is going to be very important, and to be able to get to your retinue, you need to make enough money. So you have to be, busting camps on as frequent basis as possible to be able to get to be able to afford these retinue members. As peasant militia, you start with -100 renown, and your first retinue member is unlocked at renown of 250. So that will take some time, especially because there's a lot of ambitions that you cannot complete. A lot of ambitions require entering settlements, and all of these can be, you cannot do them. So the first 3 ambitions that you probably want to clear are the bust a camp, are the raid 4 caravans, and buy your banner. Get to 2,000 crowns. These 3 ambitions are probably the first 3 that you want to perform. And another important ambition for you to clear is the beat 12 enemies, because that ambition gives you 250 renown. which is very unusual. And by that ambition alone, you will be able to unlock your first retinue member. So, which are the most important retinue members in this particular challenge? So there's a lot of them that you cannot even get. So there's a lot of them that you can only unlock if you are able to enter a settlement. For example, there's many, but now I just can't get to them. So, but there's plenty of them that you cannot get, and let's say the ones that you really want to look at, there's about 7 that are pretty good. So that's the bounty hunter, is good to get more famed items and gain money. The brigand is a good retinue member because you will be busting caravans a lot. The cartographer is a very obvious great retinue member, and it is actually the one that you will get first, without a doubt, because it will fix your financial issues. And if you have the cartographer, you will earn a lot more money, and you will be able to save money for your next retinue member. So when you have the cartographer, suddenly your financial issues are going to be solved, and getting to the next retinue member is then probably going to be an issue of getting enough renown. The cook is going to be very good for you to have your food last 3 days longer. The lookout is pretty good, so that you have more few radius while you are traveling the wilds, and more possibilities to find camps. The scavenger to fix a lot of your ammo and tools issues. And the scout as a general plus 15% to speed means that you're doing 50% more of anything, and you get 15% more value out of your food, 15% more value out of your time, 50% more value out of your money. So after the cartographer, I thought about this, and initially I thought that the scavenger would be the next one to get. But when I got to my second retinue member in some of the campaigns that managed to go far, I actually found that the scavenger I could do without if you are very disciplined with your tools management. You can manage, and for me, I recommend the second follower to be the scout. That means that you will have to fight and beat 5 beasts, beast parties. So that's not trivial. Beast fights actually in this challenge are quite useless to you, because you cannot build anything, you cannot build any armor attachment. But to unlock the scout, you need to beat 5 beast parties. If you cannot get to it, but if you have already unlocked your second retinue member and you haven't got the scout unlocked yet, then just grab the cook. Cook is amazing. It will allow you to move away from civilization for longer and go into the wilds. As you are unable to buy fresh food, you will live off the food that you get from loot from fights. But a lot of this food is going to be already spent and close to expiry date, and you might have like 300 food, but in 2 days these 300 have gone down to 100 because a lot of the food has perished. So the cook will fix this. I think the cartographer is going to be the first one, so the second one is going to be the scout or the cook. I think at some point you're going to replace the cartographer with a bounty hunter. So if you have, let's say, already scouted the entire map, you have cashed in all the money from all the legendary locations, then you can probably replace the cartographer with a bounty hunter and gain money from the bounty hunter and get more famed items. I would certainly get also the lookout. In the later game, in the mid game, later game, you will be traveling a lot in the wilds, and that means you want to have the increased radius of looking. And finally, the brigand is probably it's going to be a luxury that you cannot afford. So I think that is all that I wanted to say about this challenge. My current campaign is at day 11. Yeah, still a silly bunch with some injuries. If you don't want spoilers, then maybe you should stop the video right now. My early game, my game plan is to go to a camp that is here and bust it with a third party because that will give you this amazing pike that will help you a lot in the early game. Extra damage, extra ignore armor. So that's a really great item to get in the early game. It will help your early fights a lot. And while you're at it, after doing this camp, you can bust another camp here, which gives you this famed helmet. There's another helmet over here. Let's see where, over here. I just got that recently. You can find a really good, very light flail over here, which has -3 to fatigue use and minus fatigue to carry. So that's good for a low fatigue runner. And here on the right, you can find 2 goblin camps that gives you a very good warbow, and one gives you 2 shields, of which one is very, very good, a 24 melee defense shield with 17 melee defense and 60 durability, round shield, very good. And here there's an orc foul camp, foul tents, that will give you a really good armor. The armors are scarce, by the way, in this map. And then there's here, there is a undead coven, so nasty necroswants, that has another battleforged armor, as well as a very good named scimitar. Shamshir. So yeah, these are items that you want to collect and maybe use third-party fights for them to get them and help your early game and help your battles. And yeah, as I said, the most important part of this challenge is to keep your brother safe. So in a normal campaign, you would enter a fight if you are certain that you win, and you would be okay sometimes with losing a brother or two, simply because that's part of the game. It's necessary. Weak brothers have to be replaced by better brothers. In this challenge, every brother is vital for the success of your campaign, and you should only enter battles if you are like 100% sure that you can win it and keep all your brothers alive. So hopefully you do better than me, because I always manage to screw up and lose some vital brother and go on tilt and end my campaign. Hopefully you do better. I hope you will enjoy this challenge. I hope this video was useful. So that's it for today. Have a nice day and thank you for watching. Bye bye.